Welcome back. This time we're talking about the new trailer for Rogue One, A Star Wars Story that debuted Thursday night during the Olympics. This arrives a few months after we received the first teaser trailer that introduced us to Jyn Erso, played by Felicity Jones, and this mission that her and this group of rebels are going to go on to steal the plans to the Death Star that ultimately leads to what we saw in A New Hope. And like the marketing campaign leading up to Episode 7, these two trailers that we've gotten so far have done a good job of introducing us to some of these new characters, as well as sort of underlying the themes and the main mission of this story. But it hasn't really given away anything. We get some good action moments, some good character moments, but they're all really very short and just kind of cut together quickly. So I really hope that that's what they do. I'm assuming we'll probably get one more trailer at least before the December release, and I hope they keep this up so we can go into this movie relatively blind and just enjoy it. And that's always one of my fears when I start diving too deeply into trailers, that I'm going to inadvertently discover spoilers. So as I mentioned in my last trailer discussion video, I'm moving more away from reactions. I don't react well. I actually filmed a reaction and didn't say a word during the entire trailer. I was just busy watching it. And this allows me more time to just sit down and watch the trailer. I've watched it probably a dozen times already, at least, and have a little bit more informed discussion in this video. So let's dive right into that discussion. First off, let's talk about Jyn, this apparently the main character played by Felicity Jones. And while that we didn't learn too much new in this trailer, this did leave me with a different impression of her character. In the teaser trailer, she's sort of brash, and they're listing off her crimes, and she has that line about, well, this is a rebellion, I rebel. I was left, after watching that trailer, I really thought that this might be her early days in the rebellion, and that she might have just been recruited, and that maybe she had something that they needed for this mission, and that's why she was able to go. Her interactions in this trailer, however, I think I was completely wrong in my first impression, because it does lead me to think that she knows these characters. They know her. She just happens to be very brash and doesn't like authority, whether it's the Empire or the Rebellion. And what I did like about this trailer is it really sets up this possible character arc for her, whether she's new to the Rebellion or she's just, brash and doesn't like authority. You see that the moment at the end when she's, everyone's standing up and, they're going to follow her. That, it could be cut completely different. She might not even be in that scene. I don't know. But based on that, it really looks like there's going to be this good character arc for her becoming the leader of this mission, of this group that are going to rely on her to stay alive. And that's one thing Star Wars has done a good job when they're good of doing good character arcs. Think of Luke, think of Han, think of Leia. All of them had great character arcs across the original trilogy. And then you look at the prequel trilogy and how those arcs aren't good, frankly. I mean, the Anakin Skywalker, there's no arc. It's just, he's a bratty boy, then a bratty teenager, and then, now he's the evil Sith apprentice. Now this is going to be a one movie story, so they have less time to do it, but it appears that that's their goal, and I hope that is their goal, and that's what they succeed at. Now, if the teaser trailer was pretty much solely about Jyn, this trailer gives us more about this second character, Captain Cassian Andor, I believe, if I'm reading the IMDb page correctly, played by Diego Luna, and we get to see his interactions with Jyn, how he's wanting to join the mission, and possibly it's his ship that they're on. I'm not sure. But that was another reason why I was thinking that this is not Jyn's first days in the rebellion, because it seems like they sort of know each other already. But I like what little I was able to see of his character. And in addition to him, we also got to see more of Donnie Yen as well as Forest Whitaker. I think I'm going to like this Forest Whitaker character. My only concern right now is what I've heard of him in the trailers seem very important one-liners. I'm sure when we get to see him in a fuller scene, that's not going to be the case, but that's my concern right now. The Donnie Yen character, I thought he was interesting because it appears that he's blind. He's got the staff, and he's just taking it to stormtroopers. But he has this line talking about the Force, and I wasn't sure if the Force was even going to be in this movie because this is pre A New Hope. There's very few, if any, Jedi left. Those that are in hiding. So I'm curious as whether he's just a believer without abilities or if he does have Force powers. Based on my presupposition that there aren't going to be Force users in this, it really kind of makes me think that he might be a believer but doesn't actually have the ability to access the Force, which would be very interesting because we've never really seen a character like that in the movies. I want to touch a little bit on the action. We got to see a little bit of the walkers in the teaser trailer. We got to see a little bit more as well as some expanded scenes from this battle on this tropical planet. How that ties into the mission, because it's supposed to be this secret mission, and we're seeing X-Wings and everything else. It doesn't quite mesh up with the mission in my mind, but this could be a prelude to distract the Empire, to allow them to sneak in. I don't know. Again, it's going to be a little bit too much supposition on my part at this point, but the action did look very good. And one last thing, I just want to say what I am looking forward to this movie is that we're going to, in movie form, I know there's the cartoon, but for the movies, this is going to probably be the best look at the rebellion from the point of view of the rebellion. I mean, if you look at the original movie, Star Wars: A New Hope, Luke wasn't part of the rebellion. Han definitely wasn't part of the rebellion. Leia was, but we never really get much information on why she was in the rebellion. And of course, then they join and they have the battle, but we never really see everything from the point of view of those in the rebellion. So that's one thing I'm really looking forward to this movie, because it's a perspective that we have not gotten in the movies. So that's pretty much what I can talk about after a 2.5 minute trailer. I could dissect it and think scene by scene, but honestly, I'd rather just kind of go into the movie and just enjoy it. But this did spark a number of things I wanted to talk about. And of course, I haven't mentioned it yet, but the final scene, seeing Darth Vader and from behind and hearing the breathing sounds. I mean, we pretty much knew already that he was going to be in this movie in some fashion, so him being in the trailer is not, for me, not a huge thing, especially since he literally does nothing but breathe. But, if you want to geek out over it, I'm not going to complain. It's seeing, hopefully, a good Darth Vader, not what we got in Episode 3, I'm not going to complain about that. So hopefully his part in this movie will work out quite well. And frankly, I'm looking forward to this. I don't have a video review of Episode 7 up because it came out prior to me starting doing videos, but I honestly wasn't a huge fan of the movie, and at least not compared to most. I like the characters, I like the overall story. I just had a lot of problems with the minutia of the script. So I'm really still holding out for a great Star Wars movie, and that's what I'm hoping we're going to get with this come December. So if you've seen the trailer, I'm assuming you have if you're watching this video, let me know what you thought about it. What did you like, what you didn't like, what do you think about these new characters? Anything else you want to talk about? I'm looking for comments. What can I say? As always, you can subscribe to my channel, check out some of my reviews, and until next time, I'll see you at the movies.